This is so cool. Nuh-uh. Shut up. Shut up, no. Wow, I just want to watch a movie in here. This is so cool. I love you. I doubt it. We will fight. For those of you that just kind of got dragged in here because it's a cool room, my name is Vic Mignogna. It's Italian. You guys know Italian, right? Paisan, right? Yeah, a lot of people are like, what the heck? What kind of name is that? Brent Spiner was just upstairs making fun of my last name. It's okay, he doesn't know better, he's not Italian, you know, inferior. You know what I mean? But I am so glad to be here with you guys. Real quick, before we kind of get started on just chatting about whatever you want to talk about, I have to tell you about a couple of things, because as soon as this panel is over, I'm going to race back to my table, and I only will have, like, I don't know, like maybe a half an hour, or maybe at the most, actually, now that I think about it, before I have to go to the airport and fly home. But I want to be able to meet as many of you as possible, and I also have to tell you about a couple of things that I brought, because a lot of you wrote me and asked me about some things. First of all, sounded like a rabid dog. A lot of you wrote me and said, are you going to be bringing your music CDs with you? And I did bring those. I have them at the table. And I also have something else some of you wrote about, and a lot more of you don't even know anything about. So I'm going to tell you real quick. Just FYI. A few years ago, I did a live concert. Hi, guys. Welcome. I did a live concert DVD at a convention, and the video was great. They had all these great cameras, and they had these crane arms flying over the audience, and the music was really great. We made a concert DVD out of it. Songs from Full Metal, Dragon Ball Z, or an high school. And D and Angel, and lots of great songs. And what about Ruby? I don't know that there's any Ruby songs yet that I've done. But anyway, so this convention, we put on this concert, and it was beautiful, and we decided to make a live DVD out of it, which I have at the table. But there's one other thing on the DVD that I must tell you about that you may not know about. Back when we were recording Full Metal Alchemist, the first one, I was loving the show so much. Like, I had probably done 40 or 50 shows by that point, and nothing grabbed me the way Full Metal did. I was in love with it, and I wanted to cosplay. I know you're thinking, like, dude, you can't possibly cosplay as Ed. You're too big. You're too tall. But thank you. So I started thinking about a story whereby a grown man could turn into an anime character. And then I started thinking, I don't think I've ever seen any voice actors cosplay as their characters. So I asked some of the other voice actors from Full Metal, and I'm like, do you want to do this with me? And they're like, oh, heck yes we do. So we got together one weekend, and we shot something called Full Metal Fantasy. Full Metal Fantasy, for lack of a better description, is voice actors cosplaying as their characters from Full Metal Alchemist. Now, it has never been available. It's not on YouTube. Better not be. It hasn't been available anywhere. The only time anyone's ever been able to see it is if I do a concert. If I do a live concert at an event, we'll show it on the big screen, not this big, but on the big screen. I know, I wish, right? And then I'll come out to the piano, and I'll sit and I'll play and sing the Brothers theme, which is a wonderful little segue from the movie, right? Well, it's never been available, and so when I was making the concert DVD, somebody said to me, you know what, there are a lot of people that would love to see Full Metal Fantasy. You should put it on on the DVD. So Full Metal Fantasy is now available to all of you on the concert DVD. I have that at my table too. So as soon as this is over, I'm going to run back there and hopefully get to meet as many of you as possible that I haven't met. If you'd like to come by and get a picture or a DVD or music, please come by. And I'll only be there until I have to rush back to the airport. I'm working on a lot of new stuff right now. Typically, one of the first questions somebody may ask is, what are you working on right now? So I made a list, because I can't keep track of them. So here they are. Now, some of them, most of you will be like, huh? Like, what is that? Never heard of it. But some of them you may have heard of it. Unbreakable Machine Doll. Exactly. My point exactly. Space Dandy?
Yeah!
Oh my gosh, I love Space Dandy. The director, can I tell you my Space Dandy story?
Yes!
The director called me one day from Funimation and he said, I need you to come and play this character in Space Dandy. It's Tamaki. And I was like, oh, so the character's like Tamaki. And he said, oh, no. It's not like Tamaki. It is Tamaki. I just want you to come and do Tamaki. So that was fun. Carnival. Tokyo Raven. Thank you, one person here. Thank you. Maji. Sailor Moon. Okay, Rock Lee. Anybody know Rock Lee? Holy crap. Here's my Rock Lee story. Can I tell you my Rock Lee story?
Yes.
So years ago, you guys, when they were making Naruto, every time a new group of characters would come up, they would hold auditions, right? And I auditioned for Orochimaru. I wanted to play Orochimaru. I was so prepared for it. And, but I didn't get cast. It's okay, my dear friend Steve Bloom got cast, and he's amazing. But about 2 years ago, year and a half ago, this other show comes out called Rock Lee and His Friends, and it's like all the Naruto characters as chibi characters, and it's pure hijinks. It's the funniest flippin' thing I've ever seen. And the studio that was dubbing it called me and they said, hey, didn't you audition for Orochimaru? I'm like, yeah. And they said, Steve Bloom can't do it. He's booked up. Give us your best Steve Bloom as Orochimaru impression. And so I did, and they're like, that's great. So after all those years, I ended up getting to play Orochimaru after all, so that was fun. Durarara. Brothers Conflict. Oh my gosh, my character is such a dick. That's a medical term. I'm not being profane. He is a jerk. I love him. I love him so much. He is. He's such a little jerk. Where'd I leave off? Free. Yay! I love Free. Free. I love it. I love Reen. Yeah, Reen. Not Rin. I thought so too. But apparently, in Japanese, the I is pronounced like an E. You know? That's what I was told, and I believe it.
The more you know.
Because the director told me. So I have to obey. Let's see, where did I leave off? Black Butler? Okay, I have to tell you my Black Butler story. So, when we did the first, when Funimation did the first Black Butler, they held auditions. And I auditioned. And I thought I did a pretty good job. And Colleen Klinkenbeard, who was directing the first one initially, sent me an email and she said, hey Vic, I just wanted to get back to you on your audition for Black Butler. The audition was fine, but your British accent sucks. So I was like, crap. And then they went on, to make the first season, and it was really well received. People enjoyed it. And then the second season came out. And they called me and they're like, we want you to audition for Claude. And I was like, I love him too. So I'm like, this time, I'm gonna nail that freaking accent. I'm gonna play it from my British buddies and make sure, like, how's this sound? Does it sound good? I really, really tried hard, and I felt really good about it. And I sent it in, and Ian, who was now, by this time, was directing the show, writes me back and goes, hey man, thanks so much for your audition. Your accent still sucks. Crap. So then Book of Circus came along. And they said, we want you to audition. I'm like, yeah, right. Sure you do. Just so you can tell me how I suck, right? And so I sent in some auditions, and I got to play, finally, got to play a little character, literally, little character in Book of Circus. So, okay, what else? Heroic Legend of Arslan. Yeah. Somebody just asked me about Arslan. Are you in here? Somebody at the table just mentioned Arslan. It's very cool. Garo. You guys know Garo? Yay. One guy right here. You're an American hero. Let's see. Rage of Bahamut. Show by Rock. Ruby. Yeah! I love Ruby. Ruby, Ruby, Ruby. Yo! Okay, my Ruby story, people always ask me about Rooster Teeth. And I tell them, you know, I did a convention in Australia, and I met the Rooster Teeth people in Australia, and I had no idea who they were. I'm like, Rooster Teeth, what a cool name. What do you guys do? You sell roosters? What, are you a dentist of some sort? So they told me about Ruby, and they showed me pictures, and I was like, wow, this really looks great. And then we all came home. And a few weeks later, they wrote me and they said, hey, would you like to play a role in Ruby? And I'm like, sure. It looked like fun. So I'm getting to play Ruby's Uncle Crow. Yeah. The alcoholic. Lord Marksman of Venatus. Yeah. Ladybug. God Eater. I don't think you know any of these. I think you're just totally... Yeah! It's like, he's totally playing up. I owe you money, don't I? That must be it. Battle Battalions, some video games. Escaflowne. This is awesome. I mean, this is old school. You guys remember Escaflowne years ago, and Funimation's redubbing it, and it's awesome. World of Winx. Tonari, Utaware, Anti-Gang, Alt Noah Zero. Yeah. Pillars of Eternity, it's a video game. Ooh, I almost said the next one. I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. Ooh, that was close. Oh, that was close. I almost said, oh, I almost said it again. I'm not allowed to talk about that yet, but hopefully very soon.
You promise you won't let it leave the room?
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, I want to tell you about it so bad. I can't. Okay, here's the hint, which I've never given.